Victory or death!
Hello, Starfighters. This is a full movie podcast, and I have with me today Erika. Hello, Erika.
Yeah, this is
Today,
so loud.
yeah, I was so loud. I had to turn it down. Um, Today, we're going to be watching Star Wars: The Force Awakens because Erika has never seen Star Wars. Freaking insane. So you don't even know that this what we're watching right now, this
Yeah.
text slide is so iconic.
Well, so I know the text slide because memes. Because meme
Oh.
culture, because of meme culture, I've been exposed to a lot of movies and things that I've never chosen to watch. So I know of it, but I've never watched. Like The Sound of Music, is that what it's called? Like I've never watched that, but I know of it.
um, that it's not that old ass movie.
Yeah, I think so. It's like a woman
Yeah,
dancing in a field. That's all
yeah,
I
yeah. I
know.
never seen that either. No.
Leia has sent her most daring.
Oh, we were supposed to read this, weren't we?
Oh, were we?
No, I don't.
I
Let's
didn't read
listen.
most of it. I'm gonna be honest. I missed a lot of it. I
Listen, I picked this movie specifically because everything that we know about Star Wars goes
yeah.
straight out the window. You don't need to know anything. Just
Okay,
enjoy the
cool.
ride.
Because all I read was Leia has something, and nothing
Leia.
else.
Yeah, she has something. All right. That's definitely the truth. Um,
Okay.
okay, so let's get into this conundrum.
Okay.
You claim to love sci-fi, but yet you've never seen Star Trek. You've never seen
No.
Star Wars. What
No.
sci-fi do you love?
Uh, I mean, I love what's it called? I'm so bad at thinking while watching something.
This
I'm
is definitely going to
realizing
be an
that
interesting
right now.
podcast.
Um, what's that show? I'm trying to where oh, Twilight Zone. I loved Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I grew up watching Twilight Zone all the time.
Hmm.
The original. I've never seen the new one. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never took the time to watch Twilight Zone.
It's so good. I mean, it's definitely like it's aged. Like you're going to watch and there's going to be episodes where you're like this is kind of wild. And pretty much everyone in here is white. Like there's no, you know. And
Mm,
some of the episodes are definitely like very they're technically sci-fi, but it's also like why is this an episode? But they are really good. I think they're really good. And I like that they have like different acting styles.
mm. Well, that's what I think the best type of sci-fi is.
Hmm.
The stories that don't have to do with any type of special effects or anything that have to do with space or anything like that. It's just real people in their real lives, and then
Mhm.
something unexplainably just happens to them.
Exactly. That is what I like about sci-fi.
Yeah. I love listening to 1940s and 1950s radio shows. And although
Ah.
I don't think it's called The Twilight Zone, but there's a show that I'm listening to called, I don't even know what it's called, but it's just like The Twilight Zone.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I listened
I
to one
definitely want to check it
episode.
out.
Yeah, I listened to one episode that was about a woman who lived with her mom, and her mom was always complaining, "Why don't you go meet a man? I want you to meet a man." And
Yeah.
she's so stressed out about it that she goes to a bar, and then when she comes back home she tells her mom, "I met someone." And she's like, "Is it a man? Is it a man?" She's like, "No, no, no, it's a woman." And she
Ooh.
starts describing the woman, and
Yeah.
she's basically describing herself. And then people
Oh.
around town have been seeing her constantly going back to this bar, and she's like having conversations with herself.
She's just talking to herself?
She thinks it's a whole new person, but it's really herself. And in her mind, she like it's like telling her to do like dark things, and she's like now
Ah.
like trying to get treatment for it. It's like so good. It's so freaking good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's awesome.
interesting. I'm like, I would definitely watch that. Just because I'm like, so she can't tell that she's on a date with herself, but everyone else can tell she's on a date with herself. Does she believe people when they tell her that it's just her? Do they
No,
tell
she
her?
doesn't.
Hmm. It
Well,
reminds
you know
me.
what she says? She's like, this woman does look just like me. She's my twin. That's what she says.
Huh. But she still thinks she's a real woman.
Yeah. So this
Yeah.
is Oscar Isaacs, I believe that's his name, the actor.
Okay. He's extremely attractive. I think it's
Is
the
he
hair.
though? No, I'm joking. Yeah.
No, it's like that little swoop, the little side swoop. I've had that side swoop hairstyle and like it's cute.
Hmm.
Oh, dang, they did the bloody handprint.
Look at this stormtrooper. He's like, I did not sign up for this.
This is not what I wanted.
Oh my goodness. This is the
Y'all
first
told
time
me
ever in
this would be fun.
Oh my god. This is the first time ever in Star Wars that we ever get to see a stormtrooper kind of feel something. Because in all the other movies, stormtroopers are
Yeah.
just kind of brainless and they just do what they're told.
Oh. Oh, like the what are they called? His name was Worm, but I can't remember. But in Game of Thrones, that whole group of
Worm.
men where they really weren't allowed to feel.
Dude, you mean Night Watchers?
Maybe I am talking about Night Watchers.
Don't even get
No.
me started on Game of Thrones.
Okay, okay.
I've
We're
never
not going.
I've never
I
seen the
never
last
finished
season.
it. No, I never. So I never finished the last season because I got maybe halfway through and I got so. It became too predictable, and I also got upset with certain things they did that I was like, I don't think I enjoy this anymore. Why am I still watching? So I just stopped.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think Game of Thrones is probably one of the greatest TV shows ever made, just from the fact of
Hmm.
production,
Oh yeah,
execution
they
on
put a lot into it.
cinematography. Yeah, just so much they put into it and just making it be completely unique. But I think all
Hmm.
that died down after season three. Season four till
Yeah.
when it ended was just like repetitive bullshit
Yep.
that they were just masking their mistakes with just sex and violence.
Mm-hmm. It felt like it became a soap opera, like more of a soap opera, and I'm like, I don't. I mean, I respect soap operas, but this is not what it was before. What?
Dude, when I was in theaters and I saw this, when he
Yeah.
stopped the laser, I literally heard someone was like, "Oh hell no, he's on some other shit."
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, I like him.
Okay, so you said you have trouble being single.
So I tend to have trouble being single. I'll end up being in relationships a lot. Um like I'll be in my, or at least this is how I describe it. I'm sure my past partners would describe it differently. Like everyone's different, but I've been in many relationships and they're always like very much like these grand loving relationships that then end in such a, they always end in some kind of dramatic way. And then normally I'm just like,
They've all died. That's crazy.
oh, horrible deaths, horrible deaths. I'm just a widower. Um, no, I wish. No, I don't wish. I love no, because a lot of my ex partners I'm still friends with, so I don't want them to die because they're really good friends.
Oh, oh my god! You remind me of You ever heard of a TV show called Northern Exposure?
No. Oh my god,
It
the
was
cute little robot.
Yeah, it's so cute. This is what Star Wars does. They get like cute little machinery and they sell
Mm-hmm.
toys off of it. But Northern Exposure, it's a really good show. But one
Mm-hmm.
of the plot lines for the show is one of the main characters, who is this really attractive female, has
Yeah.
a problem with relationships because
Mm-hmm.
everyone she's ever dated has died.
Oh wow.
So she thinks it's like a curse. And everyone around the town is just like, that's not true, whatever. And then she starts dating this new guy, and everyone's kind of like watching this like unfold.
Yeah, because they're
It's
like,
like
is
really
he gonna
funny.
die? Is he gonna die?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's interesting. So of all your relationships, and they end very dramatically, whose fault is it? Is it your fault? Their fault?
I mean, I feel like I always take part of the blame. Like it's both of our faults because we both like decided to be in it, and then there's a reason. There's always something that, you, there's always my part in like things that I ignored for too long, and then I
Mm.
hit the point of like, oh, I definitely need to like say something about these things because they're affecting me and they make me not want to be as much in the relationship. And then normally by the
Mm.
time I bring them up, whoever I'm partnered with, normally it's this thing of like, either they don't want to bring that up, they don't want to recognize it because they don't want things to end, or it's like, well, I don't agree that this exists. And I'm like,
Hmm.
but it does. Like that's what tends to happen a lot of times. Or I just literally have to move. Like that's what's happened too, where I just end up
Just
moving. No, but yeah, where I just end up moving to another city, and I'm like, there, we wouldn't be able to stay together. Like, I feel pulled to move. So, and I'm not willing to stay here just to be with you, although you're amazing. But I'm not willing to like sacrifice what I should do for myself.
Wow.
Yeah. But then, and also I'm just very bad at long distance relationships. Like I've tried it, and it hasn't worked. I tried it twice,
Mm.
and it didn't work. It didn't work. I like cuddles too much. So I'm like I need I need to be seeing someone who I can actually physically see.
I can understand that.
Mhm.
I've always felt with long distance relationships, the older you are,
Mhm.
the easier it is because you're not really that much dependent on someone's affection to keep you kind of satisfied.
That's true. I would see that. Yeah, I would see that. Because I will say the more time I've had, the less I feel like I need to see my partners when I'm in a partnership as much. Like I definitely enjoy feeling like a part-time partner.
What the hell is
Like
that thing?
I know, yo, that beat, what? Like I don't need to see you every day. I don't feel like I need to see you every day, and I have all these projects I want to work on. But when I do want to see you, I want to be able to see you.
Right.
Like at least like twice a week sounds really good. 2 to 3 times a week, that sounds great.
Hmm. So this is Ray, who's played
Hmm.
by Daisy Ridley. We're now
Okay.
introduced to her character. To me, in my opinion, this is the best introduction to a character ever in Star Wars.
Okay. One quarter portion. What is that even good for? So she just like goes and finds old parts to sell at like
Yeah.
an intergalactic junkyard. Is that what?
Yeah, she's a scavenger, and that's her life.
Okay.
Look at this. Look at this.
A little doll.
Wow. Best introduction to a character
Huh.
ever.
Oh, so this is food. What?
I guess that's a space muffin. That looks like actually kind of cool.
No baking needed.
That kind of baking is dangerous though. I've made
Yeah.
a handful of mud cakes, or I guess mug cakes, that are just
Oh
like,
yeah.
you
Have
just
they
put
exploded in your
flour.
microwave?
No.
Huh.
I have not destroyed my microwave, but I feel like those are so dangerous because they're so easy and quick to make that someone can easily just get addicted to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
But
these
we
pastries look great. You're an amazing baker. Sorry, I
okay, so
just
you're
got
look
these photos. What?
this is a great segue because we
I
were
want to try
talking
your
about baking.
cheesecake. This looks fluffy.
We were talking about baking earlier, and you are a baker, or you work at a bakery.
Yeah. Well, I work at a coffee shop where we also bake what we sell.
Mm-hmm.
And we make all the food items. And then I also used to, my mom taught me how to bake. She's an amazing baker. And I used to cater for like weddings at the church we
Mm,
used to go to when I was younger, and like
mm,
birthdays. Like my cousin's
nice.
quinceañera cake, me and my mom made the cake, and it was like a three-tier cake. Or actually, no, that one was like a butterfly shaped cake. Um, so different things like that. And then I've done like a baby shower cookies, things like that. But it's been more for
Wow.
fun.
Yeah, well, that's how they all start off as fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your favorite dessert that you love to eat?
Oh, mm, mm. It's hard to pick a favorite. I'm trying to.
That's when I see. That's when I
Yeah,
know you eat a lot of desserts.
yeah. I'm like it's so. I love so many desserts. It's really hard. I'll do a top three, and it's not even accurate because there's a lot. There's a lot, but
Hmm.
these are just the three that I can think of right now that I know I really love and make me happy when I eat them. Key
Hmm.
lime pie. Oh
Oh,
my god. I don't know why, but I love key lime pie so much. Um oh, well, that one's not baked. That's just a dessert.
yeah. You can
Uh
say it. You can say it.
well, so coconut sticky rice from like a Thai restaurant.
Oh,
I
yes, yes, yes,
love the texture and taste of coconut sticky rice with like sliced mangoes on top. It's so
yes.
good. Um hmm. Hmm. I keep thinking of so many things. I gotta
Mm,
narrow this
no,
down.
nothing chocolate.
No, so I don't actually like chocolate that much.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I can have things like chocolatey things. Like I'll have a chocolate cake or I'll have like a devil's food cake or something, but I don't like chocolate that if it's too much chocolate, it feels like overindulgent for me, and then it's
Wow.
hard for me to finish it. But I love red velvet
Interesting.
cuz it's like a toned down version of chocolate.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
My entire
basically
family.
like light chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah. My entire family loves red velvet.
Plus the cream cheese frosting.
Hmm.
Ooh, there could be a Star Wars themed red velvet cake.
There has been plenty of Star Wars themes red velvet cakes.
I've watched him in something else, but I can't remember what.
Yeah, he has one of those faces that look very
Hmm.
familiar.
Well, no, I've definitely seen him. I think in like a British show or something.
More than likely, there's a lot of this cast is British. Daisy
Hmm.
Ridley's British as well.
Okay.
Yeah, my friend got to meet her on set one
Oh,
day.
nice.
Yeah, while filming something. It was like his first day ever on set, and everyone kind of knew it was his first day, and she came up to him and was like, "Welcome to the industry."
Hmm. 1.5 portion.
Damn.
Ooh.
Think about how many Jordans you can get with that.
Ugh. No, but he's cute. Take him. He's cute and he has one large eyeball.
Wow.
Yeah, I would do the same.
Because he's so cute.
Cause he's so cute. It's like if you see a stray puppy, like, come on, you're not just gonna leave that puppy. It'd be really hard to leave him. What if you were
Yeah.
meant to find this puppy, but it's just a droid? Yeah, I haven't seen any stray dogs in this movie. I guess there's just no dogs in these planets.
No, no, no. There's not such thing as dogs in Star Wars. There's like different types of pets.
Damn, it must be hot in that suit.
Yes, extremely.
What? This was so fast.
Yeah. It's really fast paced.
Yeah, I'm
Cause
like, how are they
there's
already working together? He just trusts that, like, okay,
yeah, it's just there's so much this movie has to say, so they're just trying to like just get through it.
okay.
Um, but yeah, that's so cool that you love baking.
Mm-hmm.
I love baking and I love cooking. My
Same.
next yeah, my next adventure, I'm gonna make fish and chips.
Oh, nice. You gonna do beer battered fish, or what are you thinking?
Well, I know beer batter would probably be the most simplest thing to do, but I don't really
Mm-hmm.
drink alcohol. So I was thinking if I can find another recipe that has like just a different batter I can use, then I'm gonna do that. But if I can't find anything that's like really good, then I don't mind using like beer batter.
You don't have to. I would say you should try like a fusion of a tempura like batter recipe, and you should try
Mm.
seltzer in your batter, and it'll have the same
Mm.
effect as beer because it's just the
Mm.
bubbles.
Right. Yeah.
Because I
It's
also don't
carbonated. Yeah.
drink, so I'm like, you really don't need the beer. You can probably just do seltzer.
Hmm.
And then honestly, Trader Joe's be having some really good seltzer flavors. You could probably find like a really cool flavor that'll add to the fish.
Oh, I haven't been inside Trader Joe's in forever.
Oh my god. It's like going to Wally World, but with less stress. Damn, straight into it. It felt like two frat boys like celebrating.
Yeah.
Give a nickname.
Black guy doesn't even have a name. God damn.
What? Not the turbo lasers.
Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. So, I guess I'll give you the general history of. Well, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It
It
doesn't?
really, it
They're
really
moving really
doesn't.
fast. I'm like, a lot of this to me right now, I'm like, why are they going so hard for this guy right now? I don't get it.
It's like I want to give you the history of Star Wars, but the reason why
Mm-hmm.
I hate the sequel trilogy is because
Yeah.
none of it fucking matters anymore.
Mm. Because this was like a restart, anyways.
No, it's not even a restart. It's okay. So in the '70s, when Star Wars was first introduced,
Mm-hmm.
that was what would they call it? The This is called the sequel trilogy, what we're watching now. But the other one was episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Right? So it wasn't the beginning. It was like somewhere towards the middle
Okay.
of the grand scheme of the entire story of Star Wars. And that's where they wanted to started it off. Um so yeah. People loved the films. Loved it, loved it, loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the 1999 and early 2000s,
Yeah.
they did the prequel trilogy, which is like the origins of all of it. And then now Disney decided to do a sequel trilogy.
Jesus.
Yeah. I don't really know why George Lucas decided to tell the story backwards. I think it was because of like technology.
Uh,
Like he wanted to wait till there's like better technology for movies to make the prequel stuff.
to be able to do this stuff.
Right, which he revolutionized how we make film when he started doing the prequel films, which is incredible.
What?
Yeah, in terms of
What
In
just
Game of Thrones, you
happened?
see it in Game of Thrones a lot. Like when you see like a crowd of people like fighting,
Yeah.
a lot of that would just be like 5 to maybe 10 people fighting,
Oh
and then
yeah, that's true.
yeah, and digitally they would just like remake them and make it seem like a crowd. He was the first to do that
Hmm.
with Star Wars: Attack of the Clones, which is like the second movie.
They probably have a lot less actors than too,
Yeah,
or like need to have a lot less actors. If they're just like a lot of the people, they're just duplicating them, but you can't tell. Or a lot of them are just in the film, but they're not like actual physical people.
yeah. Well, it just depends. Um,
Hmm.
I know one of my friends,
How was
Duncan, who
me
like,
walking from work? Sorry,
oh
one of your
yeah,
friends, right? That face
yeah.
right there.
I mean, when you said that, I imagine that that's you.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, one of my friends, Duncan, he's worked on the Game of Thrones because he's like a a techno crane operator and whatnot, and he's done like
Mm,
a lot of those like battle scenes.
okay.
Yeah, and that's what
What
they
is he
do.
actually physically doing? Like, what is that like? Can you just like short ad lib it? Like short.
It's like a techno crane is like it's like
Because I'm trying to
it's like a
imagine it.
long it's a camera with a long attachment to it, like a crane,
Hmm.
almost like
Okay.
a Ferris wheel
Okay.
in a sense, right?
Hmm.
And you have to have one person who's going to control the camera itself. You can do that remotely, and you probably have like 4 to 5 people pushing the crane itself because it's on wheels, and you put it at a certain position, and then from there the operator can just go up and down or side to side or whatever motion you want to do. Like that shot where Jon Snow was like the Battle of the Bastards when he was like trapped under those bodies. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I feel like no.
When he was like, it was like Battle of the Bastards. He's trapped under all these bodies, kind of like piling up on him, and he can hardly
Oh,
breathe. And he
yeah,
finally makes his way out. So that was
yeah.
that was his shot from like the techno crane. Start off like
Oh,
really
okay,
close, and then you just jib that camera way up into the sky.
okay. It makes me think of that shot in. Have you ever watched Euphoria?
Yes.
So you remember that shot they did? I think it was maybe for the final episode or something, where they're like zooming completely up and out, and then you see all of them, and they do this whole dance routine kind of thing, and they're out in the
Is
street.
this is this
I'm doing a
season 2?
yeah, I think so.
Okay, I didn't watch season 2. I stopped watching Euphoria because of its content.
Oh, I mean, it did get intense. It
Yeah,
did get
I don't know.
intense.
I can't support anything that's like has such explicit content that is targeted towards kids
Hmm.
because I
Yeah,
feel like they're really it's made for teenagers and kids to watch.
I don't know if it's made for teenagers and kids to watch. I know the way I saw it is like I've met kids, like I've met when I was a teenager, I had met teenagers who had gone through similar things, and it felt very
Definitely.
accurate to how it felt like at the time, and I liked how realistic it was to like how it really was. And like when I watched it, like I remember when like my friend did a watch party for a while, and most of us were in our 20s. It's not like we're teenagers anymore, but watching it felt like watching like just versions of perspectives that normally don't get shown in a show. Like you normally don't get to watch shows that accurately show realistic portrayals of teenagers when they've had harder,
Mm.
more complex lives like that. Like
Wait, so you
normally
didn't
you
think
get
Pretty
very
Little
like,
Liars was realistic?
oh my god, stop. Pretty Little Liars, these models, These like 20-something-year-old models just walking around
It's
murdering people,
pretty
trying to
realistic.
stop a murder. Oh my god! Like, and one of my cousins, she loved that show. It was one of her favorite shows. That's the only reason why I've watched some of it, because she put me on, and I did watch some of it. But then I stopped because I was like, "This is crazy!" Like this. Once they got to like killing someone on the train, they just disappeared, and then no one could prove this death. I'm like, what is happening? Like, what is? Then again, I can't
um,
really talk because I love watching Killing Eve, and that's not realistic
oh,
either. But it's so good.
my last one of my last podcast guests was super
Yeah.
into Pretty Little Liars, and obviously I've never seen it before, but they've explained the entire plot line to me, and I was just downright confused.
Yeah, no, it gets confusing because literally it feels like the writers just started making things up. Just anything they could think of, they're like, yeah, write that in. They literally had someone come back to life who had died in the show, and they somehow
Yeah.
made that work just because they wanted her back. And I think it's like I literally think it's because they just wanted her back. People were just like, we want her back. They were like, all right, we'll just have her come back to life. She was hiding the whole time. She faked her death. Like, okay, a teenager faked her death.
Hmm.
Hmm. It was also kind of strange because, like, in Pretty Little Liars, there's other reasons why I stopped watching. Because I remember there being one of the girls that was a student, like, secretly having a relationship with her teacher. And the way they portrayed it was very much like this enticing thing. And it wasn't
Mm,
realistic. It just felt really kind of gross to watch, honestly. Because it felt like they
yeah.
were showing it in a way like this is okay because it's hot. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Um, I absolutely hate that. Stranger Things did that in one of their seasons as well.
They did?
Are you
Well, then
into
again,
Stranger Things?
I am, but I haven't watched all of it. I stopped watching
Thank God you
after.
did. It's fucking
Oh
stupid.
God.
I can't stand the show, honestly. One of my biggest followers on my channel,
Yeah.
he just loves it, and I have to do like watch parties for it and stuff like that. But in season 3, I want to
Mm-hmm.
say, I think it was Billy's character was was trying to have an affair with one of the kids' moms, and the mom
No.
found him like really attractive, and Billy was only 17
Oh,
on the
I
show.
think I remember this. That was weird.
Yeah, I was like why on earth would they do that to this character, or just do it on the show and
They
just in
should have
general?
shown her be like, oh, like this is not. This is like that sweet son, but no.
Yeah, instead it made her really look like a pedophile because she was
But
just
didn't
like,
they show her fantasizing with him too?
yeah, on the freaking pool, in the pool, because he's like a lifeguard, so she would go there with all her friends and they're all
Yeah,
looking
with
at
her
him.
cute little swimsuit, and they're literally
Yeah,
watching him, and I'm like,
yeah,
you're
it's
not showing
disgusting.
the perspective of the fact that there's literally young boys, because I've had friends tell me their perspective, and they've literally felt uncomfortable because they've had older women like on the prowl for them basically, and
Yeah,
they're still young, like they don't even know what they want yet. And it
yeah.
feels very pressuring to like have older women just watching you plus he was at work technically too. Like I know they just showed it like it was okay, but I don't know. That's not realistic either. They just made it seem like it was all fantasy kind of.
Um, so let's stay on this
Ooh,
topic in terms of teen dramas because I
yeah.
love me some teen dramas.
Oh, have you watched The
Um,
Fosters?
no, what's that? Oh wait, no, I know what that is. I know what that is. That
Yeah,
came
yeah,
on like
yeah.
ABC Family, aka like whatever it's called now.
I think Freeform.
Yeah, Freeform.
Mm-hmm.
Is that any good?
It's so good. I mean, I haven't watched all the seasons because I think I stopped after season 3, maybe. But it's really, really good. It's really good. And like the main character, she's like I mean, they're all like foster kids, and their moms, they have like a lesbian married couple as their mom, and one of the moms is a cop, and the other mom is like I think a lawyer or something.
Hmm.
but it's actually, is she a lawyer? Is she some kind of like community? No, I'm trying to remember. No, I'm pretty sure is like a guidance counselor at a school, I think.
Okay.
And the other mom is a cop. It feels like I haven't watched it in a while, but it's really good. It's really good. And the characters are actually like have different like I don't know. I feel like the characters are pretty well written. And later on in the season, you get to watch them like grow up, graduate, go to
Okay.
college, like they take different career paths. One of the daughters is like a young Hispanic girl and she's in tech, so it shows like how it is in tech and how she ends up going through things with just like men in tech who have power and want to be romantic with her, and how she feels pressured to have to make certain decisions. And then it also follows like her sister's side of things, who's I think white and in law school, and having to deal with just people of like privilege who she's not
Okay.
used to being around, and she's
Okay.
not used to like working with, and just like those complexities. It's pretty good. I feel like they delve into a lot of different things in that show.
Okay. My favorite teen drama of all time is My So-Called Life. Have you ever seen that one?
Huh, I don't think so. That's
Came
wild.
out 1995. Claire Danes played the 13, 14-year-old character on there when she was actually 13, 14 years old. Won a Golden Globe for that performance. Only lasted
No,
one
I've never
season.
watched it.
And I would honestly say it is the most accurate description of high school.
Ooh.
That's really good. Another one of my favorites is renegadepress.com. It's a Canadian
I've never watched
show.
that at all.
You know what it is?
No, I don't. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay.
Like I never watched it because I've never heard that name.
Yeah, it's a weird name, right? But it's
Hmm.
about a group of teenagers um, at their school, and they start a website called renegadepress.com where kids from any high school from all over the country can
Hmm.
anonymously write their high school experience and what they're going through, and they would try to do their
Oh
best to help them out with
wow,
whatever situation they're going through. So
that's really
every
good.
yeah, so every episode is about like a random, even though every episode
Oh,
features the main
wow, just
characters.
choked him out. Sorry, the way he just grabbed him.
Yeah.
But every episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say every episode it features the main characters, but it's always about the side characters are always like random one-off characters that are going through whatever situation in high school. So there's one about like a
Mm.
teacher-student relationship that's like inappropriate. There's one about they had a really freaking good one about a kid who is just an asshole to everyone, right? He was just a
Yeah.
dick, a complete asshole. He even physically abused his girlfriend. And
Ooh.
then and this is just the beginning of the episode, right? And then the
Yeah.
episode then goes into its cold open where he's driving home at night and then he hits a pole and he dies.
Oh my god.
Right? So then the next day at
Okay.
school, you have like the TV stations there and they're like interviewing kids like so and so tragically died. He was going to go to so and so college and this and that. And then
Yeah.
people are like giving like their experience. Like some people who don't even know him, they're like, "Oh, so sad, whatever." His girlfriend's crying. Other people are like, "This dude is a fucking asshole." Like
Yeah.
condolences to the family, but who gives a fuck? Like
Yeah.
it's like the
Like
most
this
real.
is gonna affect my life in a positive way.
Yeah, it is like the most realism reaction that people would have to someone who has passed away, knowing their
Oh
past and then not knowing their
wow.
past. Um, and what's so beautiful about the show is the main character and his family are indigenous, so it plays a lot into that
Mm.
storyline as well.
Okay. Renegade Press. I'm putting this on the list.
Yeah, it's every episode is on YouTube. Last time I checked.
Okay. Yeah, I looked it up, so I save
Yeah,
it
the
on my.
website used to still be open. They just shut it down like 2 years ago.
Why'd they shut it down?
Um,
Do you know?
I have no idea, but like for example, every episode that happened, the
Hmm.
characters would write into the column or whatever into the website and talk about what advice you can have for this situation. And
Hmm.
at the end of every episode, you can go to the actual website and then the journal entry is like there.
Oh, that's so cool!
No,
Dang,
right?
they went hard on this show. The fact that they went to that level, that's so good. Oh my god. That's so
Okay,
good. And this is
so
from the
these are
90s?
no, this early 2000s,
Early 2000s?
which is by the way the golden age of teen dramas.
Yeah.
Um, so by the way, these are two very iconic movie characters of all time
Okay.
from Star Wars.
Yeah,
Han
I
Solo
know. Yeah.
and Chewbacca.
Chewbacca's who I recognize. Han Solo. I feel bad, but I don't really recognize him.
It's because he's old now.
Okay. He just said that. Oh.
Han Solo, the Rebellion General. Fuck this movie. Excuse me. I can't
Oh,
stand
why?
this. They just throw everything out and it's crazy. It blows my mind. Um.
Also, this
Okay.
movie, I'm realistically, like, as someone who's watching it for the first time, this is extremely fast. Like, most of this doesn't make sense to me.
It's it's
Like, they're
it's very
moving so
fast
fast
paced.
to the point that I'm like, I don't understand the plot. Like,
Yeah, well, the
so,
plot hasn't happened yet, technically.
okay. Because I'm like, I.
It's just a lot of fanfare right now. Listen,
Okay.
when you the last Star Wars film, so this is 2015. The last Star
Yeah.
Wars film or any piece of content we got from Star Wars was like back in 2005.
Okay.
So it's a long drop off. We did get Attack of the Clones, or excuse me, the Clone Wars, which is like a
Yeah.
TV series, which is
Mhm.
honestly probably the best thing ever that Star Wars has ever done. But
Nice. Okay.
since then, it's just like fans have been wanting Star Wars ever since. And this movie thus far, they have gave you the Millennium Falcon, which is the most arguably the most classic sci-fi spaceship ever. Han
Mm-hmm.
Solo and Chewie just now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they've also give you mentions of Darth Vader with this new villain that they've shown thus far. So it's all
Okay.
just fanfare as of right now.
Okay.
Man, it's really crazy. I think a lot of actors, they kind of don't know how to approach getting roles like this and how to handle them.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you get landed something like Star Wars or something like Twilight, it's
Yeah.
either going to make or break your career.
Mm.
There's no in between with it. And I guess we're still seeing how some of these careers are planning out, but
Yeah.
I would say Daisy Ridley, who is the girl we see on here.
Yeah.
I wonder if her career would have been better off if she never would have done Star Wars, because she has gotten like so much hate from doing these movies, and
Really?
it's nothing that's in her fault, and nothing in her control. It's
Yeah.
just how they perceive her character, because she's such a Mary Sue in these movies. Um,
What do you mean?
well, for an example, we see her in this movie. She is from this planet called Jakku,
Yeah.
all desert, doesn't perceive not to really know anything much about the galaxy or anything, right? Very shallow minded.
Yeah.
Um, thus far, we've seen her. She's able to fly a spaceship. She flew a
Wait,
two-manded
yeah.
spaceship by herself. That's just a starting point. She's
Yeah.
about to do some more crazy shit in this movie that is like no fucking way. Um,
And she's
but
out here
yeah,
just eating like one no bake bread a day.
yeah. So Daisy Ridley got a really bad backlash from this, and in her career thus far is like one, she had to like deactivate her social media. Like that's how bad it
Oh
was
wow. I didn't know
for
that.
her. She's back on it now, thank God. She seems like she's in a happy place. But in terms of like her movies, people really can't name anything else she's done but Star Wars like that.
Hmm.
The next movie, The Last Jedi, there's a character on there named Rose Tinko. That actress is beautiful. She is amazing. The fans completely destroyed her online. Completely destroyed her to the point where when they got to the third movie, the director J.J. Abrams completely
Yeah.
wrote her off from the entire franchise.
Oh my god.
Absolutely insane. Star Wars fans can be very toxic.
Dang. Well, I'm also like, it would probably suck to write for this then. Like that's a lot of pressure to have to cater just to the a specific fan base. Like what if you just want to make a great sci-fi movie? Oh my god, I love this monster.
Well, that's the thing. That's honestly why I have you started off with this one. Um, Even though this is like the first one, like why not start with it? The next
Yeah.
movie, The Last Jedi, I can honestly say it is a really good sci-fi movie, but a
Okay.
shitty Star Wars film. All Star
Ah.
Wars fans absolutely fucking hated it, but people who don't know Star Wars at all absolutely loved the film.
Okay.
It was honestly one of the biggest disappointments in cinema history and in terms of Star Wars history.
But it was a
What they
great
did with The
sci-fi
Last Jedi.
film?
Um, I don't want to give too much away, but
Okay,
you
okay,
have
okay,
you would
okay.
have to trust me that they have completely botched all of Star Wars for
Well,
that.
they might have wanted just creative freedom.
Well, that's the thing. I think the director, he just didn't really know anything about Star Wars, and he's just like, well, I don't feel the pressure. I'm just gonna make what I think is right,
Yeah.
and didn't respect anything that came before it.
Mhm. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Well, this is just a normal Saturday night, huh?
Yeah. So he has like a laser bow and arrow, like quick trigger.
Yeah, the
Or why
weapon
is
is
it
called a
shaped that way?
bowcaster.
Okay. But
I
it
don't know
looks
why
like
it's
it's
shaped that
not
way.
yeah, cuz it's not
Yeah,
actually like using any of the side pieces. It looks like it's just shaped that way to be shaped that way.
yeah. I mean, it's an
Cuz it's
iconic
just
weapon.
shooting a laser.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's an iconic weapon.
Okay.
But yeah, you're right. It is stupid.
Well, that's the thing. So I feel like and I mean, I'm just like honestly commenting on these things, but I also feel like I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people who are just like, what is wrong with this person like not understanding some of the backstory of these things, but some of this I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Like,
mm,
I feel like, but I'm sure if I committed to watching so essentially like studying this a lot of this would
mhm.
make sense, but I'm not willing to, if I'm
It
being
won't.
honest.
Nothing makes
Oh
sense.
my
Nothing
god,
makes
they
sense.
destroyed this monster. Oh, they basically just tore through it.
Does that upset you?
Yes, that's so messed up. I know it's not real, but I'm like, that would be such a horrible way to go. Something just like a ship flying through you.
I think when you're that
Ooh.
big, yeah, that might be painful. But if I was like the size of myself, I'm like, Ouch.
Oh, who is this? Yeah, if you were the size of yourself, I mean, who is this?
This is Supreme
Oh,
Counselor Snoke.
okay.
So
I
many fan theories. This is how bad The Last Jedi was, which is the sequel film of this.
okay.
When we saw this for the first time, we've
Yeah,
gotten so many fan theories that were like, who is this person? How did they
yeah.
survive? Like, where were they in the other films? Like, this and that, this and that, this and that. Like, what is going on? Literally, The Last Jedi, every single fan theory that you've ever had for Star Wars ever, it completely derailed that. Completely.
Oh, like who this guy could be?
Yeah. I mean, it derailed what this guy could be. It derailed the origins for Rey's character. It derailed the origins for Kylo Ren's character, who is that guy in the mask. It
Yeah.
just it destroyed everything about Star Wars. Everything.
Mm.
Crazy. Absolutely insane.
Hmm. Ooh. I mean, I
Okay,
like
so
how
we've all
spooky they made this guy.
yeah.
Snoke or
Snoke, yeah, Snoke.
Snoke? Okay.
Yeah, weird name.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, how do you spell that?
Snoke, I think.
Ooh, I guess right. Okay, yeah. Uh,
Okay.
they're not a thing. Mm.
Look at this. Look at this. Another Mary Sue moment.
What? How did she know to do that?
Miss Mary Sue moment number 2.
What? Is this a video game?
Oh yeah, that's a very classic video game that they introduced in the very first ever Star Wars film.
Mm.
Uh, okay, so I'm gonna let you know probably towards at the end of the movie why people didn't
Yeah.
like this film.
Okay.
Why people who are like Star Wars fans didn't really like it, but children loved it.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so we had a conversation about Harry Potter before.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Um.
house you're in?
No, I don't. Cause that's the thing. I've watched Harry Potter, but I never like I've never been a fan. I've never liked it to that level. To like I've just watched Harry Potter because they always show it on TV, and I just know so many people who like rewatch the movie, but I don't. I'm not that into Harry Potter,
I
so
think
I
you're a
don't even have a
Hufflepuff.
house. You think I'm a Hufflepuff?
You
I
have to
probably
be.
am. Okay, wait, but describe Hufflepuff.
Um,
Like,
they're
what makes you think I'm a
very.
Hufflepuff?
They love food.
Oh,
That's
that's a
that's
fact. That's
what.
a fact. Good food, well seasoned, good, well cooked food, nice textures.
Oh my god, yeah, that's one.
Okay.
Two, they're very optimistic. They're
Oh,
all about
yeah.
good vibes. They're
Yeah.
very honest,
Oh, yeah. Maybe I should put this
and
in my dating profile.
well, let me tell you, you tell people you're a Hufflepuff, maybe people will stay away from you.
Why? No.
Hufflepuffs are
You've always
just
said good things.
Hufflepuffs are just weird. I don't know. They're just too happy. They feel
What?
I don't. Maybe they're always high. Maybe that's the thing.
Yeah, you've only said good things. I don't understand why people would not.
They also live in like the plant house, so I'm pretty
Oh,
sure they're all into drugs.
what?
Yeah.
Bro, and I used to be a farmer, so my main career
Oh
used to be
my
in
god.
farming.
Yeah, you're a Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
You're totally a Hufflepuff.
Okay, I'm a
Yeah.
Hufflepuff. Now I know what to say. Now I know
Yeah.
which house to actually claim, but
Yeah. I'm a Slytherin. It's
okay.
the best house. Yeah, the best house.
I mean, we have all the drugs. I don't think it's the best house. But why do you feel like Slytherin is the best house? Or why do you
Well,
feel like you're
because
Slytherin? That's really the question I want to ask.
well, okay. Well, why do I feel like I'm Slytherin? Well, first
Mhm.
off, there's a Harry Potter quiz on Pottermore, which is like the official Harry Potter website that anyone
Mhm.
can take. You you take it and you figure out what house you're in. They also
Mhm.
tell you what type of wand you have.
Mm.
I have a 12 and a half inch, emphasis on the 12 and a half inch wand, uh, Applewood Dragonheart wand.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you
And
have the
then
dragon?
well,
Why is it a
it's a
dragon?
wand.
Okay. But
Okay,
does it help you with dragons? Why is the dragon
let,
there?
let me explain. A wand is made out of wood, right?
No, I get that, but I'm like, there's dragon in the name. So are you
Well,
able
well
to like communicate with dragons better with this wand?
so a wand is made out of is made out of different textures. So if I have an apple wood wand, that means
Yeah.
majority of my wand is made from an apple wood, which is very mystical. And
Okay.
it is a dragon heartstring, which means certain scales from a dragon is made into the wand as well.
Oh.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So you got like dragon skin wand. You got like real dragon leather on your wand.
Dragon heart core.
Dragon heart. Oh, it's literally from a dragon heart.
Okay, I think I'm just done explaining this.
Okay, because I'm like that's
I'm
that's
just
kind of
jo-
messed up. That's.
no, I'm just joking. Listen, I didn't. After you figure out your wand, they have a quiz where
Hmm.
you can figure out what Patronus you have. Do you know what a Patronus is?
No.
Okay, so a Patronus was introduced in Harry Potter
Oh.
4, I believe. No,
They're like
3,
at a gambling bar. Yeah.
at Prisoner of Azkaban, which
Oh,
is
you're so cute.
the woman.
Yeah, the way they made her character. I love her style. What?
I'm not gonna lie, she looks like she can make a mean cup of Joe.
Oh, she looks like she can make some great curry.
She looks like she makes some great curry and knows some how to make some really good ass biscuits.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but you were saying Patronus?
Yeah, so Patronus. This is what I love about Star Wars, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get off topic, the reason why I love Star Wars so much. So I would say out of all the sci-fi's that I've ever
Yeah.
watched, Star Wars is the biggest universe ever.
Yeah, there's so many
S-
species and like different.
It's not even that. Like you have all the different species, you have all these different people, and literally every single one of them, including this woman that we're watching right now, every
Yeah.
single one of them have their own story, and they've all been fleshed out. Whether if it's a graphic novel, an audiobook, or a TV
Mm.
series, they all
Oh
have one.
wow.
Every single one of them.
Okay.
Um, so along with like 1940s and 50s radio that I love listening to, I love listening to Star Wars audiobooks. And
Okay.
there's a really good one called Tales of Mos Eisley's Katina, which is
Tales of Most Isley Katina.
Katina, Ka, whatever that
Cantina?
bar is called. Yeah,
Oh,
Cantina.
Cantina. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I thought you
Yeah,
were maybe saying, but I was also like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a
right,
word that
right,
doesn't exist except for Star Wars.
right. So in the very first Star Wars movie, when they go into the bar, it's like super iconic because you see all these weird different types of aliens and all these characters.
Mm-hmm.
In the book, every single character has their own story, and the book completely fleshed out what they were doing that day and what they did
Oh
the next day,
wow.
and so on and so forth. So that's just Star Wars in a nutshell.
Okay. Oh my god, she's like such a. I don't know what it is about the killer that they picked for her, but it's like such a nice burnt turmeric. It's like, have you ever met, like, I've gotten this a lot when I moved out to Alabama. A lot of people will walk up and be like, I love your skin tone, which I've never had that before until I moved to Alabama. Had people say that.
Hmm.
Or they'll be like, I love your complexion. But honestly, this is the first time where I'm the one saying, damn, I love this woman's like skin tone. Because the color's so nice.
Wow.
And she's an alien. She's not even a human being.
Maybe she's an alien that has origins from Alabama.
You think she's from Alabama? I don't
Maybe.
know, man. What part of Alabama? I'm trying to go there. Ooh, you made your eyes big and cute.
Imagine he would have called her a whore.
Oh my god. She's like, I've had my time in my day.
I'm sure maybe back in her prime, she was definitely a looker.
Hey, she's probably still getting it. She's probably still getting it. I mean, how old is she? She's probably looks great for her age.
She's probably like 600 years old.
She's super confident. You know how many of these like older aliens would love that? They're just like, oh my god, a woman who knows what she wants, and she's gonna just like do the big googly eyes and like walk on the table. What?
Wow.
What is going on?
Oh, so he just said that the First Order will be here. We have to keep running, and they're like, no, 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 no. We have to like deliver the message to the resistance people, and he's like, no, no, no. I'm out of here. I'm running.
Oh wow, he's already getting a rhyme.
This is weird too.
You
I
just
thought this
met
was
this
gonna.
guy. What are you talking about right now?
I thought this was gonna be something in this trilogy, like them.
Really?
Yeah, nothing
But
happens. Literally nothing happens. I was down to see some interracial lovemaking.
I mean, like in my mind, I'm like, they've barely known each other, so this doesn't even feel real. Like how emotionally connected they're acting right now.
Right?
I'm like, I don't. There's no way
Well,
they would be speaking to each other like this with what's happened
no.
so far. This
Hold on.
doesn't.
Hold on. This is actually realistic. I would look at you with this much emotion when you tell me that you love sci-fi but never seen Star Trek or Star Wars.
You're like, what? I don't understand.
I would look at you with this much emotion when
You
you
think
tell me
so?
that you don't really like chocolate.
Oh.
I would look at you with that much emotion when you keep telling me that X videos is the best place to watch porn. It's like it's not even.
It's a little more ethical than Pornhub.
I mean, we can all agree with that.
Yeah. That's really the only reason why. It's okay either way. It's not my favorite site. I can't say my favorite site because then everyone's going to overload it and then they're going to stop having little previews.
Granniesonly.com. Yeah,
Oh, how'd you
we
know?
already know.
No, man. No, you know I'm into tentacles. Stop playing around.
Tentacles. That I never understood that kind of porn. Like
No, you never understood.
the no, I didn't even like the cartoon stuff. I don't understand it. I
Oh,
don't get
like
it.
hentai and like animated.
Yeah, yeah, I don't get it.
Well, so when I first started watching porn, I didn't think we were gonna talk about this for real. But when I first started watching porn when I was younger, the only porn I was comfortable watching because I didn't feel comfortable watching porn with adults because I was young was hentai and animated porn. So I have like a soft spot in my heart for animated and hentai because it felt like it almost felt it just felt I was comfortable with it when I was younger. I was extremely uncomfortable watching porn with adults in it because I was like, I don't find adults attractive. Like, I don't think of them that way. But then
Interesting.
as I grew up, I felt fine watching actual real people because I was closer to their age. Like, I still have trouble with, like, I have older people go after me a lot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Not like a crazy amount, but I've just had a lot of experiences where it'll be especially older men will like talk to me, and I don't. It's really creepy for me. I'm like I can't. Like if you're past a certain age, like above my age, it just feels really uncomfortable for me. I'm like I don't want to date you, but also like this feels a little predatory. Like why are you going after someone who's this much younger than you? Like you shouldn't have this much trouble finding someone closer to your age to date.
So really, what you're telling us, you watch
Oh.
Mass Effect porn.
Wait, Mass Effect the game? Is there Mass Effect porn? I didn't
there's
know.
there's like porn for every video game,
Okay, I
like a
used to
parody
watch
for
Teen
it.
Titan porn.
Okay,
Oh
now
dang,
the
her
truth
eyes are
comes out.
tiny. Oh, I feel like that truth has come out a long time ago. That's probably why I have trouble dating. Ooh. Mm. Oh. The start of the grieving process.
Me, girl, hit up my line.
It's me. 1-800. I
Real
don't
talk. I
even.
mean, Ray is not ugly. I if I
No,
was Finn's
attractive.
character, I would be like, why would I leave? I'm trying to be your bunkmate.
Really? I mean, Ray's cute. Ray's attractive, but I wouldn't date Ray.
I mean, she just has a really, 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 really pretty face. I don't know what type
Mm-hmm.
of body she has.
True. I guess. Well, so this is the fun. This is the way I'm thinking about it. Personality type, from what I've seen so far, I'm like, I wouldn't date this person based off the character they've written them as. But they are cute. They're attractive.
She seems like she's really funny. Like when she's like funny to laugh at. Like she doesn't make jokes or anything, but how seriously she takes things can be really funny.
Oh, so you're gonna laugh at her seriousness?
Yes.
You're like, you seem like you'd be great to laugh at, and you're
No,
cute
not like
too.
laugh at, but it makes me laugh because it's like it's a fresher breath air.
Yeah. It's like when people are just like naturally very awkward, so it ends up coming off cute because it's just funny.
Mm.
It's like funny and sweet. There's definitely people I've met where they have this awkward cuteness to them that I'm like, damn, that's hard to find because you've attained that through just being extremely awkward, but also you're attractive. What the heck? Is this like the Nazis? This is wild. What
I'm
am I?
happy you got.
What is going on?
I'm happy. I'm happy you got that message because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, why? What? I thought this was. No, what is going on? This feels. Mm. Whoa, what? They put their hand. No.
They all yelled out Black Power.
Did they really?
No.
No, they didn't. I was about
All
to
right,
say stop. All in white
so
suits? Like, what kind of crazy?
so look at this. What they have. This weapon
Oh.
that they have. They have an entire planet that can open up and has a huge nuclear type of laser that can destroy planets at will.
So they wrote this to hint at Nazis? Like,
They
this
wrote.
feel.
They,
I,
or go
I,
ahead. What were you gonna say?
I don't know. I'm trying to understand why they made this portion of it like
Like
bringing,
Nazis?
yeah, like Nazis, and even the nuclear weapon. I'm like, yeah, like Nazis. That's what they
It's
threatened a
some
lot of countries with. So I'm like, what is?
it's something that everyone can identify towards that says that this is a very evil group of individuals that must be stopped.
Mm, I wonder if this was hard to watch for people, for Jewish people, like in a sci-fi film, to have to watch something that pulls in something that has nothing to do with.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, because I'm like, I feel like I know some people that probably have a hard time watching this part. Because it
I
feels
never thought about.
unnecessary. Like, why did they have to do that?
You're absolutely right. It's unnecessary, and I never thought about that. But subconsciously, I've always stayed away from certain films that always try to revisit those type of memories for no apparent reason. Like for an example, Omenheimer. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Like the movie that just came out.
Yeah, I
People are
haven't
like, "Have you
watched
seen it?
it.
Have you seen it?" I'm like, "Why the fuck would I want to watch a movie that's
Mm-hmm.
reminding me of white people bombing Japanese people?"
Yeah. Wait, are you white? What?
Oh no,
I,
I'm black.
you're black, bro. I literally don't know what you look like. I don't know. You asked me
That's
the.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Oh, I'm Dominican. You didn't ask me, but
Wait,
I'm telling you now.
are you turmeric?
Oh no, I'm not turmeric. I wish. Oh my god.
Like this character?
I wish I was turmeric. I'm no. I'm not.
Dominican. Wow.
I'm probably like a iced chai latte if I
Okay.
had to pick a color cuz I make iced
Oh,
chai
this.
lattes all the time and I feel like that's like a accurate.
Well,
What are
this
you
is
going to say
interesting.
though?
This is interesting because I was just
Mhm.
talking to my group chat of friends about. We were
Yeah.
like, someone was saying like, "Oh, I'm like half Haitian, half Dominican," and then someone else was like, "Oh yeah, I got part Cherokee and this and that stuff," and then I commented and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm what they call regular black."
You're like, I'm just black. I mean, I'm just well, no. So technically, I'm not regular Dominican, I guess, because I was born in the U.S. and I definitely would have backlash from like I've just had cousins who are born in Dominican Republic and they're just like, you're not fully Dominican, you're half American, and I'm like, okay, but I'm Dominican though. You can't take
Right.
that part.
Right.
So I was born in the U.S. and I am Dominican.
Right. Um, I also said in a group chat that I'm
Mm-hmm.
black. I'm regular black. A famous athlete that I crush on is French, and
French.
if yeah, she's French, and if her
Oh,
and I
okay.
were to make babies, somehow
Ooh,
our children would be Filipino.
what? What's the logic, sir? How does
There is
that?
no logic. There's no.
You would just there would just be Filipino babies. You
Just
wouldn't be able to understand them. Your wife neither, but you had them.
no. Oh look, a lightsaber. Look, it's a lightsaber.
Ah, kapew. It's like a sniper bow and arrow with balls at each end. This weapon doesn't. Oh, damn.
Do you not know what a lightsaber is?
Well, technically, okay, I know what a lightsaber looks like. Like, I know it's a lightsaber, but technically, what is it? I don't know.
It's it's the weapon of the Jedi, and it's what they call a mercy weapon. It can cut through nearly anything,
Yeah.
and if it cuts any type of limb or anything like that, it kind of one it cuts it clean off, but service it. I can't pronounce anything. It
It's
like it burns it. It's like really hot. It burns it to
oh,
the
like
point
it
where there's
cauterizes it, basically the
yeah,
wound.
yeah.
Ugh, that doesn't seem merciful. That seems pretty painful.
Well, it's merciful as in like if you were to cut someone's arm or leg off, yeah, it would hurt, but they wouldn't die from being bled out.
Oh, okay, okay. Like it won't cause as much bleeding.
It won't cause any bleeding.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, there's hardly any blood in
Wait, yeah,
Star Wars though.
that's true. Because I noticed I haven't seen much blood, and there's been a lot of fight scenes. They've
Yeah,
mostly been fighting, and
yeah.
then running, and then like small talk, funny conversation, and then fighting.
Yeah.
This is the thing too. I think the other reason why I have trouble normally getting into Star Wars is because there's so much fighting and I
Hmm.
don't care much for battle scenes and fighting scenes. Like I don't normally watch movies with much battle or fighting scenes.
Okay, so you hate the MCU then?
The MCU,
Yeah,
the translate. What do you mean?
which is the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, yeah. I I don't hate it, but I definitely there's okay, I've watched a lot of Marvel movies because I like sometimes well, I like the characters' backstories and I feel like the acting is pretty good from what I've seen. So I'll enjoy it. But lately with the newer movies, it's way more about action and fighting scenes. So I've kind of stopped like I have started losing interest because I'm
Right.
like I don't now this is just an action movie and I don't action movies are too boring for me. Like I don't want to watch multiple similar fight scenes because I already know what's happening. Like I get it, you're fighting, but that's very I don't know. It feels like filler content to me.
Mm.
Like a lot of this feels like filler content to me. Like there's not much dialogue. There's not much for me to be entertained by besides watching people attacking each other, which I don't find really good to
Well, you get to see
watch.
people in tight
Ooh,
outfits. Look at this power.
what the fuck? So he's just doing that with his mind
His
or
yeah, with the
okay.
Force. That's the thing in Star Wars. They used the Force. Hmm.
Oh. Bro, he's in the middle of something. Stop. They did all of that just to grab her
Well, they're like she's seen the map, so he can just extract her memories in a sense.
and use the. But isn't that even not the full map? It's just a portion of the map.
Hey, what you're saying is what people have
Oh
said
my
for many
god.
years.
This feels like when the government spends hella unnecessary money on something silly just because it looks good to other countries. Like, what is even happening right now? Y'all really like shot all these lasers, destroyed all this area, killed all these people, sacrificed all your
You
soldiers
destroyed that lady's
for
coffee
this
shop.
one, this amazing coffee shop slash bar with all these like hot intergalactic people in it, just for one chick because she has a fraction of a map. What? I don't. This is so. What? I don't know if I'm a like Star Wars anymore
Oh,
than
oh,
I
here,
did
here, here it
before.
comes.
After
Here it comes.
what's
Another
happening?
iconic scene.
Who is she?
That is Princess Leia,
Oh. Hey.
aka, and it's C-3PO.
Yeah.
I don't know why they would do this. Honestly, it kind of just broke my soul
Really?
because in the original trilogy, the first movie they were kind of like always at each other's heads as like,
Uh
oh, they have
huh.
such good chemistry, but they hate each other. And in the second movie, they developed this type of so organic relationship, and in the third movie, they kind of realized that they both love each other, and
Mm.
then they decided to be with each other, which was amazing. And then now 30, 40 years later, this film is telling us they're not together anymore.
Mm.
Like what happened?
Wait, are they gonna say what happened? Do they say what
No.
happened? They
No.
just aren't
They're
together
just
and they
they're
don't
just
say
they're
why.
they're just not together.
What? They don't throw in like a little conversation like, yeah, I remember when this happened. But it's
No.
okay. I
It's
forgive
just
you for it.
no, it's just
Nothing?
it's just they're not together. They're just not a thing anymore. It breaks my heart.
Oh.
It breaks my heart that he's the only black guy here too. Like Jesus Christ. Is
Wait,
the
what the
galaxy
heck?
that big?
Yeah, how? They're showing a lot of people. They all look white.
Now get no now
I
get
mean,
ready
hey,
for the
maybe there's
second
some Italians. I don't know.
get ready for the second movie. They're
Okay.
about to like diversify it like crazy.
Wait, really? Okay.
The second movie, like the opening scene I remember was like a space battle.
That's a cute
I shit
outfit.
I shit you not. Every
Yeah.
pilot was a woman.
Oh shit.
Every single pilot was a woman. And then
They probably got a lot of shit and they were like, okay, women, women, cast a lot of as many women as possible.
the next two movies they did that. They did like just this weird like same sex kissing, which is like, hey, that's cool, but you don't have to be like so obvious about it.
Oh. Oh, I've seen that dude in a few things. That dude in the back. I can't remember his name though.
Yeah, yeah, he's been in quite a few stuff.
She feels like Martha Stewart energy. First, let me show you my new cookbook.
Okay, I
Oh, I
would love
love
to
this
read this cookbook.
actress. I've seen her in other things. Oh, she's so good. She has such a like kind, soulful. She has like kind, soulful eyes, and she has this sweet
Mm.
little like wrinkly smirk that I love. If I was ever interested in an older woman, she would be my type. Not her though. I don't know. She's too Martha
That's
Stewart for
interesting.
me.
That's an interesting topic because if anything, I really don't like MILFs. I've never been into that.
I mean, I've never been into like an older woman just because she's older.
Mm.
Like, I don't think it like she'll be hot to me just because she's older. I will say I have met women. I mean,
It's
I'm.
R2D2.
Oh. Oh. Hmm.
Low power mode. Fuck off,
What?
C3PO.
That sounds like toxic codependency. Like he just gave up on life once Luke left. You should go off and have your own adventures. Maybe the universe was trying to tell you that you should like start again and do something completely new. Have your make your own decisions.
Like
You don't gotta go
literally
to sleep.
start again, reboot again.
Yeah, just literally restart, bro. Restart. We both did.
Oh, yeah. Never been into MILFs. Do
Never been
not
into
care.
milk. I mean, I've never been into what do they call older like dads or whatever. What is it? There's like women who are into men who have
Oh,
like dad bods
d-
or whatever. What is it?
oh. I don't know. I was gonna say DILFs, but I guess that's not what that
Oh,
is.
is it not DILF? I was about to say DILF. I've never been interested in DILFs. I mean, I've never really been interested in people like anywhere past maybe like 5 years older. Well, I say that, but in my younger days, I definitely slept with a couple people that were a bit older than me. But that's because I
Right,
was
in their
just like,
70s. I get that.
oh my God. How did you know? Did you check my Instagram? No, imagine.
What aftercare is just you handing them their breathing tube. It's just
Oh, like, okay, I warmed up some soup. You should rest now.
that would be great. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
put MASH on
God.
the TV.
I've never tried watching MASH. I've never watched The Golden Girls either.
I've seen the Golden Girls. I didn't really think it was anything too special.
Mm. Oh my God, this actor's so hot. I didn't know it was him.
Oh my
Why
God,
have
Adam
you been wearing
Driver.
a mask the whole time? Yeah, I remember him
You
from Girls.
you think
Oh,
Adam Driver is hot?
yes, he has this like awkward, cute look to him. It's rare to find.
Okay, I think I know what your type is,
You
and I
see what
think
I
I know
mean,
why.
though.
I think I know why you've been single for so long.
Oh my God, you see why? It's hard. It's hard for me. It's hard for me. Something about his like squeaky voice too. His like lower tone squeaky voice.
Oh my God.
It's like so off-putting and interesting and enticing all at the same time. It's like I don't
Okay.
know if I'm happy or confused by this, but it's still somehow a turn on.
Yuck.
You
No,
get
I'm
it.
joking.
You get what I mean, no? You
I
understand.
guess. I'm trying to think of a
Okay, this feels
female
creepy
equivalent. I'm trying to think of a female equivalent to Adam Driver that
though.
maybe I find attractive.
Have you oh, do you know what's her name? She's who wrote Steven Universe?
No, I don't know who that is. But you
Oh
know who
my
I actually think?
God.
I think the perfect comparison is like Zoe
Who?
Deschanel in her prime.
Oh my God, yes. She is so
She's
fucking
very
attractive.
she's very awkward attractive.
Yes.
I wouldn't date her though. I don't think I would date her.
I mean, would we really date any of these people? We don't know anything about their actual personal
I would
lives.
100% date Daisy Ridley.
Really? Without knowing how she is in real life? What if she's
Fuck
like
yes.
horrible to you? What if
How
she's just
how else would you
like,
how
you're just
else
gonna
would
be
you
my
get to know
plaything?
how else would you get to know someone unless you go on a date with them?
Wait, that's true. That's true. You're right. You're right.
Right? People
That's
can say like,
true.
"Oh, we need to hang out before we date or this and that." It's a date
Yeah.
regardless.
Yeah, a hangout is a date. It's just that some people, if you label a hangout a date, that's enough for them to overthink it and not act like themselves. And
Right.
really, like prime best dates are the dates where people can actually be themselves and they choose to like follow through with being themselves because then you actually get to meet each other. Ooh, bro,
Have you
she's not
ever
even
shown
letting
up?
you. Sorry, go
Right.
ahead.
This is some weird dominatrix stuff.
Oh, I didn't even think of it that way. That's funny.
It's like he's trying to be the dom, and
She's
then out
like,
of
I'm the
nowhere,
dom. Get
yeah,
on your knees.
right now we're seeing two doms that are refusing to submit.
He's like, I'm trying. I'm trying to get her to submit. She won't. Oh, fuck. Let me be quiet.
Okay, so what I was gonna ask you was it have you? because we were talking about putting too much pressure on a date to the point where people might not act like themselves. Have you ever
Yeah.
been on a date that you felt so much pressure that you're like, I'm not gonna act like myself. I'm someone else different today.
No.
No,
No. Well, I okay. I also haven't gone on that many dates. I tend to date people
that's a lie.
I've been friends with. So technically, and they never like we like literally it'll be people where I'm like already friends with. We already hang out because we either go to school together or we work together or like I've invited them to my house and we've just hung out with other friends around. And then there just hits a point where we just start getting more intimate. We start sleeping with each other and then I'm like, "Oh, well, they ask me to be their partner or I ask them to be
Interesting.
my partner." That's normally what happens. So actual like people also normally don't ask me on a date cuz I
This
have.
is like the opposite of my experience.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, cuz I'm
yeah.
like I haven't been asked out on I've had people ask me out on a date and never actually go through with it because I think they overthink it. I've never
Interesting.
like it's rare where someone actually asks me out on a date. I normally approach other people because normally I don't know, I guess I can somehow a lot of people are intimidated by me and I'm a really nice person. I think it's just like the way I look. Like
I
I feel
think usually when people say that they're a nice person, that means they're very intimidating.
well no, but I'm not.
That's what intimidating people say.
Well, right, because I'm trying to convince people like it's okay, I swear, please, you can talk to me.
Wow.
But it's true. I don't. But I want to hear. Okay, okay. Tell me about your dating like life. Have you been
Okay,
asked out
okay.
on dates? Do you normally ask people out on dates?
Here's all right. Here's my. Oh, here's an iconic scene.
Okay.
Did you find that funny?
Wait, him cutting through that stuff and them charging the weapon or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, he cut through the stuff, and then the two stormtroopers
Oh
like
yeah, walked
noticed it, and then they
away.
just walked away.
They were
Yeah,
like, I don't think we were supposed to see that.
yeah. Okay. So anyway, so I don't go on dates too often. Not too often. And okay, well the joke I was going to say is here's my dating experience. Would you like to go on a date? And they're just like, no. I'm like, okay. And it's just
Damn, that's it. Nope,
that's
no follow up of like why. Do they normally not say why?
so I'm sure some of them have, but I would say for my experience through high school,
Yeah.
college, and a
How
little
old are
bit after
you? Are you
college.
comfortable sharing that?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm 29.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so I would
So
say
you got
from
a good
high
amount of
school.
time.
Oh yeah, of course. My high school, college, um, definitely hardly did any dating, especially in high school. I
Mm,
think high school I've only went on one date, which was like the worst date ever in my entire life.
mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I only went on like one date in high school. But the person, yeah, I ended up dating him. But also, we were already friends. We were already friends, so it wasn't really a date. Like we were already
yeah,
hanging out.
yeah. So not a lot of dates, not a lot of relationships, but the relationships I have been in have lasted fairly pretty long. So I'm like one of those people that like once I'm in a relationship, I'm in it.
Oh, same. Same. Well, yes, and also not all of them have been crazy long. Not all of them because I've had relationships where they've lasted maybe like anywhere between like
20
six
minutes.
6 months to a year, like 6 months to a year. But then I've also
That's not
been
long,
yeah, but then I've
is
also
it?
been in a relationship. No, that's not that long. I don't think that's long. Like I'm saying, that's the shorter ones. And then
Oh,
I've been
okay.
in a relationship where it lasted 3.5 years.
Oh,
So like it's been a mix. But like either way, even the shorter ones, I was fully committed in them. It's just, they met their end. Like it just like
Why do you
it
sound
was a
like a
different meaning.
murderer? Jesus Christ.
They met their end.
They met their end. Is that what
Mhm.
you tell them? Like when you wish them a good day, you're like, enjoy your next 24 hours. Just like, okay.
Enjoy the next 24 hours without me or anyone else. What is going on?
They just revealed in the movie that Kylo Ren is their son.
Oh, okay. And huh? I'm gonna be honest, I'm having more fun with the dating conversation than this. So, what would you say was your like if you had to describe to me your top relationship you've been in, what were the highlights? Like, can I get the highlights of like why you feel like it was your top notch relationship?
Um, I've only been in one,
Oh
which has been the
wow!
longest. Yeah,
And it was how long?
4 to 4.5 years.
Damn. Okay, that's pretty good. You passed me
It's
with
like you're
that
giving me.
one.
It's like you're giving me props. You're like, hey, good job.
Hey, no, it is bro props. No, no, because it takes like it takes commitment and it takes a lot of effort
Yeah.
to be in a long term relationship for years. And
Mm-hmm.
it is a lot of work. Like no matter even if it's a healthy one with two great people, like it's a lot of work because you're choosing to like keep spending time and keep essentially like editing your plans to involve this person still in some sort of
Yeah.
way to whatever level. It depends on the person, but like so if you're
Right.
saying like 4.5 years, that you chose to do that for 4.5 years with the same person, that's pretty good.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that's the only one. That's the only
Hmm.
relationship. And then I'm currently dating a woman now who has the most amazing British accent.
Oh, uh,
Yeah.
does she also bake and cook?
She cooks, but I don't think she's that good at it.
Oh, yeah,
And
but
she
you can
definitely
cook.
listens to
You
the
can you
podcast.
can. She definitely listens to the podcast.
Yeah,
You
she
better
loves the
start talking.
podcast.
You better start saying some good stuff.
Okay, I will. Uh, an American should be the leader, should be the main character in Doctor Who. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, that an American should be the main character in Doctor Who.
Yeah,
I've
cause
never. I've also never watched Doctor Who.
it's a weird show. It's really goofy.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
really goofy.
this feels
Okay,
a little
so
like a comedy. So
it
go
is.
ahead.
That's basically what Star Wars is at this
Hmm.
point. So what would you say for listeners out there right now, both
Hmm.
male and female listeners
Yes.
that have maybe listened to this and they listen to your voice and they're
Yeah.
like, this Erika sounds attractive. She
Ooh.
sounds like my type. What would you tell them what your type is? If they can,
Ooh.
if they qualify.
Okay. Okay. If you qualify, okay. My type is.
Human.
I mean, I'm cool with aliens. I'm pretty open minded, you know. Um.
Oh.
Oh, definitely open. Like my type is definitely someone who's open minded. Like I can have some weird humor. I like just for fun. Um. So they definitely have to be very open minded. Uh. Hmm. Definitely comfortable with being very like honest with most like I meet a lot of people that feel uncomfortable to like fully show themselves or like be vulnerable in public spaces as
You
if
mean
it's
like naked?
something
No, I'm joking.
essentially emotionally naked. I like emotionally naked people. No, that's a good
What does
way of
that
putting
mean?
it.
What does
So,
that mean?
like, okay, like there are people who don't feel comfortable showing their vulnerable side in public spaces, even if it's like friends around, because they feel like they can only do that with their romantic partner. And then there's people who feel comfortable showing their vulnerable side anytime, pretty much. Um, because that it's they're just comfortable with that. They're at that level where they're comfortable like fully showcasing themselves in whatever space, even if it's a space where it's not necessary, like, like I could walk into like a church full of white people, like old white people,
Mm-hmm.
and just sit and still be myself. And if people feel uncomfortable around it, it normally just, like, I don't know, I just find it funny. So I'm definitely attracted to people who are comfortable in themselves to that level, where
So
they're
you're
they're just
saying
gonna still be
is
themselves.
you love clowns?
Clowns? I'm not a clown. No.
No, you love clowns though, like an actual
Mm,
clown that loves
maybe.
to be. Clowns are nakedly emotional,
That's
or whatever you just
true.
mentioned. You know, they whatever environment they're in, they're themselves,
Yeah.
and they try to get people to laugh.
Yes, but they don't feel the need to have to make people laugh.
No,
Like they're
they
also very
they.
comfortable just sitting in an uncomfortable situation.
Oh, I've never seen a clown do that before.
Ooh, see, that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, if someone has clown traits, yes, that's a plus. Do you have to entertain all the time? No. You don't feel the need to be the main attraction or entertain all the time. Like,
Wow.
if you're having a bad day and you just feel like being quiet and you have low social energy, you can still hang out with people and just be quiet. And you can still enjoy people's company.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Mhm. Yeah. And I'm definitely a person where like I care way more about someone's character and like their communication style than how they look. Like someone could look extremely attractive, but if I
People
can't,
always say this, but it's not true.
well, I mean, it's definitely true for me. Like I've dated a range of people,
Okay,
and
well,
and
let me give you an example then.
yeah, go ahead, give me an example.
Have you ever watched the Netflix series Love Is Blind?
Oh my god, yes, but that's not realistic. What are you about to say right now?
Listen.
They
Let's
only let people in who looked hella attractive
but
to
let's
like
listen,
beauty
listen.
standards. Come
This
on.
this is gonna be this is gonna be my take, my
Okay,
little
go ahead.
spin
Go
off
ahead.
on Love Is Blind. For listeners out there, let's say that Erika
Yeah.
is on the show.
Yes.
She has been talking to this guy. Let's say the guy, he sounds like this.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Erika.
Oh my
It
god, why
is
does he sound like this? Go ahead.
it is me, Esteban.
Oh.
Would you
Hi,
like
Esteban.
would you like to would you like to meet me in person now?
uh maybe if my life is gonna be safe, what is
Let's
as
just
long as you're not
say
gonna try and kill me, yes.
okay, so you meet this Esteban, right? The door is
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
Everything that you just named in terms of everything that you find in a quality person, he's that,
Oh, he
right?
has all of this?
Yes, he has all this.
Oh my
But
god.
now when
Okay.
you see
Ooh,
him,
that's hard to find.
yeah, but now when you see him, he
Yeah.
looks like Andy Milanakis. You know who that is?
Mm, but
Remember
isn't
that?
Andy Milonakis type attractive though? Like, didn't he grow up to be?
No,
I'm finna look him up right now.
he never did.
I'm. Oh, he never did.
We
Wait,
mean
wait. I'm gonna look
he
him
was
up. I'm gonna
he
look
was
him up.
he was 35 years old when he did that show.
Oh my god, seriously? I didn't
He
know
he
that.
he he has that condition where he has like he's trapped in a
Oh.
kid's body.
Well, okay. I guess there's an extent to things then, because I'd feel like I'm with a child, and
Oh,
that'd make
okay,
me
okay, okay.
uncomfortable.
Let's not say him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me someone who doesn't look like a child.
Let's say it's a white guy who is obese, right? 265 pounds.
260. How are we supposed to go on hikes? This is not my prime dating match. He's not gonna go on hikes with me.
Excuse me, but they matched everything that you just said in
So
terms of what you
he's
look
gonna
for.
go on hikes with me and everything.
You just told me that the physical attraction, like what the person looked like, doesn't matter too much.
Well, no, it doesn't. I guess I assumed he wouldn't go on hikes because of the weight aspect.
That's right. Hey, you see
That's
that?
true, and that was a big assumption. So
That was a huge assumption.
literally a huge assumption.
But
But
guess what?
maybe
They don't want to go on hikes.
Oh no. I mean, okay, hypothetically though, if he did still want to go on hikes and all these like he actually was interested in similar things and was this honest of a person and he happened to be in Alabama, yeah, I probably would. Though the person you're describing, I don't think they exist. Like, I'm also being a little realistic. I'm like, I don't think this person exists because I would have, like, by now, I would have probably encountered that. I've also never dated a white man, so I don't know how high my chances are of getting asked out on a date by a white man and like them following through on it. Like, I don't know how high that chance is.
Your chances are pretty high once this podcast is going to be released.
Oh my god, my Instagram is gonna be blowing up. Just hella
white,
DMs. I'll take you on a date. I'll take you.
What white men?
Okay, I want to go to Chez Farm. Is that what it's called? I think it's a restaurant. I know it is in Birmingham.
I have family. I have family in Alabama that I need to visit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have the cutest cousin, and I definitely have to visit her.
Wait, where are you at now?
I live in Atlanta.
Oh, big city vibes.
Is it though? No, joke. It kind of is. No?
It is. It is. Compared to Birmingham, it is.
Yeah.
Plus the music scene, I'm sure it's pretty good there. I'm assuming. I mean, the music scene here is amazing. Like, there's many musicians.
Because we have a mutual friend in Bonnie, and I had this conversation. I had this conversation with Bonnie as well. We were talking about the music scene, and she was like, "What is there to do in Atlanta, like in terms of like music?" And I'm like, "Everything. If you want to do that, like for an example, you can if you're like an artist or whatever.
Yeah.
Without like any
I am,
planning.
by the way. I'm a musician.
Oh, cool. Oh, nice. We'll still get into that.
Okay.
But like, if you were like a musician, without any planning or anything like that, you can go out and perform at a restaurant, or like a pub or wherever, at just like just like at the spark of a moment, if you really wanted to.
Well, you can do that here though.
Oh, could you?
Yeah. I mean, I've had friends just show up to the coffee shop I work at and start playing music, and they'll have a jam. And I've been like at work and then start singing a bit while they're playing. And we've done like jams outdoors, but also like there's a lot of pubs that you can do shows at out here.
Nice.
That aren't necessarily music venues, but if you ask, most of the time though, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna play music for us, and people who come here will get to hear music." Yes. Like most of the bars, well, all of the bars I've been to in Birmingham all have live music. All the ones I've been to so far have offer live music.
Nice.
Whether it's like a show that it's pre-planned, or just the open mic that they host, or just like someone that they pay to show up once a week or twice a week.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh no! What? Thank you. Wait, is that his dad?
Yeah.
Why did he kill his dad?
Because he hates him. A lot of white kids go through this. I don't know why. There's a really funny Arthur meme that's literally this.
Yeah.
Where someone was like, the meme said like it's like a picture of that white bunny pointing
I'd still
somewhere,
date you. It's okay.
and the meme said, "Hey
Yeah.
mom, can I take the yacht out?" And like, no,
Oh,
Billy. And then and he's like, "Well, mark your fucking days, bitch."
yeah. There's real people like that.
No, of course.
I've met him in Alabama. I hadn't met them before. Dude, this is intense, bro.
We're all like, "Oh my god, they killed off Han Solo." Every Star Wars fan is like going crazy, like, "Oh my god, how could they do that?" And then when you like you look at
Look at all these
the
other bodies falling from explosions down to their deaths. What are you talking? Like the amount of people that they've killed before even getting to Han Solo. Oh, there we go. More people of color.
where?
What they just showed him. Um,
Oh, oh, you mean her? You mean that woman?
yeah,
That woman?
yeah.
That
The
all right?
black maybe black woman, and then the guy that looked like he was maybe Asian.
Yeah, he's Asian. That's a Ken Luong.
Kim
He's
Luan.
he's in one of my favorite romantic comedies of all time.
What's it called?
It's called Shanghai Kiss.
Ooh, I've never watched it.
Yeah. It's about a struggling Asian American actor in Los Angeles
Mm-hmm.
finds out that his grandmother has passed away, whom he's never met before, and she left him with her house all the way in Shanghai, China.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, he has this really incredibly weird friendship with a teenager,
Mm. Ooh. Okay.
and he decides that he's going to possibly think about moving to Shanghai, China to be closer to his roots, but possibly leave behind the only person that cares about him.
Mm.
It's a really good movie. It's nothing like, trust me when I say it's nothing like weird like that. Like, it never crosses that line,
Yeah.
but it's like super taboo-ish,
Huh.
and it's really freaking good. Once I finish my my new review thing, I talk about it. Or actually, I didn't even
Okay.
talk about it. I made a review of it already.
Of Shanghai Kiss.
Yeah, so I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fantastic film. Oh, here goes Mary Sue moment number 4.
Oh.
She's a Jedi.
Oh.
Look at him. He's like, what? All right. Notice this guy has been trained. He's been trained by a Jedi master.
What?
Yeah, Kylo Ren.
She just magically is great at everything she does.
Look at her. Look at her
At an
fight this.
impulse.
Look at her fight this man right now. It is the craziest shit I have ever seen in Star Wars.
How is she also not freezing?
I would tell that pilot to never call me Black Leader.
Yo, what? Oh.
Freaking crazy.
I'm also like the sound she's making. She sounds like she's struggling, but she's keeping up. This doesn't really make sense.
Just out of curiosity, what timestamp are you at in the movie?
Oh, are we at different? I'm at
No, no.
1 hour and 54 minutes.
Okay, I am too. I am too. I was just making
Okay.
sure.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I'm glad that we've been talking through it because otherwise I don't think I would have made it through. I'm being honest. It's so action packed that it's
I think I know why
I'm
you don't like Star Wars, to be honest.
there's
I
it's
think
it's the it's such an action movie. I'm like, this is
no, 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 that's
a
not it.
lot of things happening at once. Oh, what do you think
No,
it is?
no, it's not that either. I think
You know what I think. Go ahead.
yeah, I think I know you better than anybody
Okay,
has ever
yeah, go
known you
ahead. Let
at
me
this
know.
point.
We've had a long
I
enough relationship.
Yeah, I think you have stayed away from Star Wars so much because obviously you feel like these characters
Yeah.
aren't the type of people you would date. So that's why you kind of
Oh, that's why you think? You think because
yeah,
I wouldn't date these people? Mm,
absolutely.
I don't know, but I feel like I would date some of them. I feel like I would definitely date some of these people. But they'd have to they'd I'd have to have more conversations to see where the complexities lie because right now they're way too simple. Like I need to know more than your fighting skills. Like, okay, you can protect me, but I don't want someone who to just protect me. I can protect myself. Maybe you're right. Maybe I wouldn't date these people.
Um the only person you would date is C3PO, the robot.
Oh, I would definitely date a robot. I don't even care that we can't have sex. We can just cuddle. Well, I don't know
Oh,
if I would cuddle because they'd be cold.
is that big for you?
Cuddling? Yeah, that is big.
No, 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 the sex part.
Oh, um, it is important, but it's not like the biggest thing.
You just lied
Like,
again.
I know. I'm like that. That says both. Okay, this is what I. This is really what I'm trying to say. I hit moments in time where I don't think about sex at all, and it's not something that I necessarily like.
Look at this. Look at this. She's beating him.
She's using the power of meditation.
This man is a trained Jedi for many years. This is her first
Yeah.
time wielding a lightsaber.
I mean, you can also tell she's physically not that strong. So this already doesn't make sense. Like none of this is based off of like I don't know,
Listen, just because I
of
really
any.
want to date Ray, aka Daisy
No,
Ridley.
hey, look, Ray is still very cute. I'm
I feel
sure she's very smart.
I
She's
feel like
able to
she
just guesstimate correctly on the
if
first
she can give
try.
me that look during sex, I'm
Oh
all
my
for it.
god. I mean, we're going based off of that.
Yeah.
Oh, but also, to answer the question, I've been in relationships where I've only had sex with my partner once, even though we were together for almost a year,
Hmm.
and I was perfectly fine with it. But it did hit a point because obviously, like, that is a long time where I did want to have sex, and the only reason it was hard for me was because like it was a closed relationship. But like if I
Close close
closed meaning like
relationship.
monogamous. So
Oh.
yeah, so like if I
Oh, you're one of
it
those people. No, I'm joking.
heard, wow, the truth comes
No, I'm
out.
just joking.
I'm kidding. Okay.
I've only been in monogamous relationships.
Okay. Yeah, I've been in monogamous and then I've been in non-monogamous relationships.
Interesting. Tell us more.
So I I mean at first I had only been in monogamous relationships and then I realized that doesn't work for me as well because I
Don't like chocolate?
that was one of the issues. It
Yeah,
was a
I
big
thought
issue
so.
with one of my partners actually.
Thought so. Yeah.
Um, but no, yeah, but I definitely prefer to be in a non-monogamous relationship because of that reason of like it's almost a lot of pressure for one person to be the all hailing like being who's meant to like give me a sexual relationship that I'm happy with for the rest of for hypothetically if we're in a long-term relationship and we're thinking we're going to be with each other for a long time. I feel like that's a lot to ask for. Like that they're going to give me all my sexual desires it's kind of like a lot of pressure on one person. Plus, like, if I decide to travel and I'm away to other places and they're not traveling with me, like they should be able to see other people and I should be able to see other people. But I'd still be committed to my partner because I like the trust and the security of being in a relationship.
You know what I just heard right now?
What?
Everything that you just told me. You ever seen Charlie Brown?
Yeah. Yeah. What
You
are
know
you
what I'm
about
gonna
to
say?
say? What are you about to say right now? I
you
don't
it,
know.
it seems like everything that you just told me,
Oh my god,
half
yeah.
of it came out as wah wah
Wah,
wah
wah, wah,
wah,
wah.
and then the other half is I need a sugar daddy. No, I'm joking.
Oh my god, stop. I've had people offer to be my sugar daddy. I do not want a sugar daddy. Please don't DM me wanting to
That's
be my sugar
hilarious.
daddy. I do not want an older man to pay for my life. I'm good.
That is the cream of the
I'm
crop.
I'm happy being independent. Please no.
Cream of the crop. Um, but that is actually really freaking interesting. So,
Interesting.
what would you say is led you to more happiness then? Monogamous or
Hmm.
poly? What is it called? Poly. I want to say polyglamorous, but that's not what it's called.
And polyamory, I think, but
Polyam. Yeah.
and I don't even like using that term because really, I like the best partnership I've been in that's explored that at a level where I felt really satisfied and happy, and my partner did. We just called our relationship an open one. And while we were in the relationship together, we never slept with other people, so like it never actually ended up happening while we were together. But it was great because whenever we were attracted to other people or whenever we felt pulled to possibly pursue someone else, we would tell each other about it. And it felt like just like when you tell a friend like, oh, I'm crushing on this person, or ooh, like I kind of, I mean, we practiced it a little bit because there were like a couple friends that I had kissed and like made out with, and he was perfectly fine with it. And that felt really good to be able to go back to my partner and share like the experience I had and how it felt good, and not be judged for it, and not be like made to feel bad for being honest about how I felt about other
Really,
people. So that's what I like about it, the trust and just the openness of it. I don't
really.
necessarily like want to be sleeping around with a ton of other people. I just like being able to go back to my partner and be honest about me being attracted to other people and
Okay. How about this? How about
possibly
this?
pursuing. Yeah.
How about this?
Yeah, go
Um,
ahead.
for the listeners out there who don't really who
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
really
I keep
uh
forgetting that people are gonna hear this.
and of course I'll cut out whatever you don't want to be in it,
Yeah.
but
Oh, it's
for
fine.
listeners out there who can't relate to this,
Yeah.
we're going to do a little bit of a role play exercise for them.
Ooh, okay, okay, okay.
Okay. So let's say we are in that type of relationship, right?
Okay.
And you just came home and you're
Mm-hmm.
telling me about the guy you just hooked up with. Start from
I
there.
I hooked up with him already?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go
Oh
from there.
wow, we're
And
fast tracking. Okay.
this will be the honest reaction.
Okay, okay,
Go for
okay.
it.
Okay.
Hello, how was your night out?
Hey, yeah, I had a really good night. So you remember that guy I was telling you about, Matt?
Yeah, my
Um
boss. What about him?
Oh my god, it's your bot. Um yeah, so we went out on another day and it was really nice, and we actually ended up going back to his place. And yeah, man, I mean, dude, he's nastier than you think. Like, he really
You
just,
what?
that's the honest reaction.
you you know that SpongeBob fish when he says that line? You what?
Oh no, bro, most SpongeBob references go over my
Oh
head.
my god, I'm gonna send it to you. He's like,
Send it, send
it's
it.
so it's so freaking funny. Um, that's okay. You know what? I'll be honest because I
Yeah.
remember before I started dating. Okay, her name's Tamsin. Tamsin, if you're listening to this, hello. I'm like messaging her right now.
Hi, Tamsin.
Before I started dating Tamsin, there was another woman who I wanted to go out with, but we never went on a date or anything like that.
Yeah.
And she told me that she couldn't, she really liked me, but she would never go out with me because she knew that I only want to do monogamous.
Oh.
And she's not used to being tied down to just one person.
Okay. See, and that's the thing. Even though I prefer open relationships, I have dated people before who prefer monogamy. I've just been very honest with them in saying like, hey, just like understand that I'm not gonna conform to what you prefer, but I am willing to get to know you and try this out. Like that's normally how I meet it. Because I'm still open to like dating people who don't prefer that. It's just they have to be willing to understand I'm not gonna conform to what they prefer because it just won't
Womp,
work.
womp, womp. I
Wah,
need a
wah,
sugar
wah, wah,
daddy.
wah. No, you just really want me to have a sugar daddy. Actually, I'm
No.
in the middle of moving right now. If someone wants to just pay for a really nice studio for me,
Oh my God.
um,
Now the truth comes out.
I'm not willing to do anything like to
That's
repay
not
the
how it works.
service.
That's not
I'm
how
not
it
gonna
works.
physically touch you. If
That's not how it
anything, we
works.
can have conversations, but I'm not gonna be your free therapist
Do you know
either.
who this person is?
No. Oh wait, is this the old guy?
You've
Wait,
just seen
that's
like
I know,
20
that's
old
not even
guys.
accurate. That's how I register in my brain. I don't know him by name.
This is Luke Skywalker.
Oh, I was not gonna know it's Luke Skywalker. Oh, people are gonna. I feel like so many people are gonna send so much hate over my reactions to this. I'm like, oh,
They're
the
like,
hand.
who the fuck doesn't
Oh,
know that this is Luke?
my cousin's probably gonna message me and be like, bro, what are you? Why? Why? How are we family? I swear, I love you. I just,
Well,
I don't.
and that's how the movie ends.
What? You're lying. This is the end?
Yeah.
What? She's just handing him.
Yeah, because the overarching story is Luke Skywalker, obviously from the original trilogy, was one of the leaders of the rebellion that helps
Yeah.
to stop Darth Vader and the Empire or whatever.
So
And
he
then now
just.
in this movie, he just disappeared and no one knew where he went. And now Rey found him. And then now that's how it ends.
What?
Like, what's gonna happen now that they're together? Is he gonna train her to be a Jedi?
Wait, did
Is
he know that all these people were literally killing just to find him?
no.
Because I'm like, this is wild. This dude is just chilling on a cliff top.
Well, okay.
And all these people are just like getting murdered and murked for this man to
You
be
say
found.
that. You say that now, but I guarantee you, the first 3 minutes of the next movie will blow your mind. What happens when he finds
my
out?
God.
It literally destroyed the entire franchise of what just happened. It's crazy
Because of how he reacted?
Yes. It destroyed everyone who grew up with Star Wars and loved it in their heart. It hurt them. It destroyed them. It destroyed me.
Damn. Mark Hamill. Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, may she rest in peace.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, she passed away literally during the filming of the next movie.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Carrie Fisher.
Well, that's another bullshit thing that's gonna happen in the movie too. How they handle her character.
Do they CGI her? Do they kill her off in the movie?
It's whatever you're thinking. It is 40 billion times worse than what they actually did. It is crazy.
They're like, she went on vacation.
The Last Jedi is absolutely abysmal in terms of a Star Wars film. It is crazy.
Okay.
Okay, but yes, that is the end of the movie. So normally at this time, I'm gonna ask, what did you think of the movie? What is your overall thoughts? Scale of 1 to 10, all that stuff, and then you have to tell me at least one thing you can appreciate from the film, because obviously, even though this might not have been the movie you wanted to watch, someone out there truly does love this film, and it's a fact. There are people out there that do love this movie.
No, I know. I know people who love this movie, and I get why, because they've been following it for so long that it's like a they're literally in a relationship with the storyline. Like they've been committed to Star Wars since the beginning, so they have way more attached to it. I don't. I don't have that attachment. I'm just watching it for the movie it is, and for the
Hmm.
movie it is, it's okay. It's very action packed. I don't
You
the
lie.
it was not very like if we weren't having a conversation through the whole thing, I would have fallen asleep or stopped watching it, to be honest with you. Because there wasn't much, like I didn't get to see the characters' relationships really build. They pretty much were just referencing a lot of things that I don't know about from
Hmm.
past relationships or like their past backstory in other movies, I think.
True.
And there was a lot of like comic relief scenes, which is like that's cool, it's cute, but I like actual comedy too, you know? Like
Right.
it'd be nice if it was like whole like jokes and like really like hard-hitting humor or something, but it
Hmm.
was pretty much like okay. So overall, like 10 is good and 1 is bad, right?
When has one
Or 1
never
is
meant that it's bad?
or what does 1 mean?
It means it's bad. When has it never meant that
Oh.
it's like it's
Oh,
bad?
when is it? I don't know. Uh, trust me, there have been times, but I
There has
mean,
literally been no time.
for me, honestly, watching the movie, like, I probably wouldn't watch it again, and it was kind of like a 3. What I do really like about it is what I do really like. I'm giving it a 3 for like the content of just like the character script, like the script, like the character's dialogue and everything. That was really boring for me, and there was too much action and it was too fast. Like I still don't
Wait,
understand
you
fully
just said
why they went through all of this.
you just said you really like that it's boring.
No, I don't like that it's like what? How did I say I do like that it's boring? No, I don't. It it just seemed like a lot of fight scenes, like
Mhm.
an overabundance of fight scenes that seemed unnecessary. And the only goal was to find this one guy, which I'm like, okay, I don't I still don't really get why they were willing to kill so many people just to find this one guy.
Listen.
What I do like, the
Okay.
wardrobe, whoever was on the fucking wardrobe team, the designers that designed these fits, like
Mhm.
what's his name? Oh my god. And I just
Finn?
watched the whole fucking no, not Finn.
Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren, bro, the fucking outfits,
Yeah.
like the outfits, great, hair, great, like design wise, color wise, very pleasing to the eyes. Like if I saw some of this clothing like in a fashion show, I'd be like, yeah, this makes sense. Like looks great. Like whoever did the wardrobe, whoever was the wardrobe designer, they put a lot of fucking work in, and they probably got. I hope they got paid well because they did great. They did great, and like the aliens, like the different ways they looked, how some of them were like half like robotic and half like actual like natural organism. I really liked the variety in different like alien species,
Mhm.
and I really love that turmeric skin tone. Like I can't help this old lady, her skin was so pleasing to me. So I really like that, but actual movie itself to watch again, I'd give it a 3. I wouldn't watch it again. But yeah, that's how I honestly feel about it. There's no but, and that's how I honestly feel about it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me give you my thoughts.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And before I even get to that, I
Yeah.
just want to say that I want to let you in on a secret about this movie
Okay, go ahead.
that you're totally oblivious to, which is amazing. The reason why
Oh, is
no, but
it?
the reason why I wanted you to watch this movie is
Yeah.
not only is it because nothing else really matters because they kind of destroy everything else,
Yeah.
but every single person that has seen Star Wars has
Yeah.
criticized this movie for being a complete word for word, scene for scene knockoff from the very first movie. From every plot device, from every
It
what the
is?
movie is about and what happens to the characters is exactly what happens in the very first Star Wars movie.
Are you serious?
Yes. And it's so good.
What?
It's so awesome that you've seen this now because
Whoa.
I didn't want you to watch the first ever one because I didn't want you to feel like it's too outdated for you.
I mean, maybe. Although I'm like, I can normally like I'll still enjoy watching really old films, but I'm like, damn, if it's the same thing,
So like
then I wouldn't enjoy the original, and
yeah,
I
like
almost
so
feel like, I mean, I don't feel
well
bad because I'm being honest. I didn't enjoy it, but
well maybe you would have liked the original better,
I'm
but
wondering. Yeah, I don't know.
like
Maybe.
Luke Skywalker, he like the movie starts off with him on a complete desert planet
Yeah.
scavenging
Mm-hmm.
like what Rey did.
Yeah.
And then he meets Han Solo. They get on a ship, the Millennium Falcon, and then they have to fight their way out. And then after they fight their way out, they find
Yeah.
themselves on that planet spaceship looking for
Yeah.
Princess Leia, like they're looking for Rey. And then they have a planet Death Star is what they call it that destroys planets, and they have to stop
Yeah.
it. But like what they just did is literally the same plot and the same
Okay.
devices.
But just different characters.
Yes. That's why some people call it a New Hope 2.0 because that's what the first movie's called, A New Hope. Yeah,
Okay.
freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. So, my overall thoughts on Star Wars The Force Awakens, and
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm rewatching this movie again because I've already told myself to never, ever, ever let Star Wars back into my heart after what the
The
sequel fucking
sacrifices you
trilogy.
make for this podcast.
Yeah, what the sequel trilogy has done to me. I
Mhm.
think A New Hope is one of the greatest wastes of potentials you have for a Star Wars film. The only thing I can appreciate
Mm.
from this is Rey, and even though she's a
cute.
Mary, well, that too. I mean,
Mhm.
God, imagine waking up to that face. Imagine waking up to that face, and she says, "Would you like some tea?" And her British accent. I'm like, "Why, yes,
Oh
I
my
would like some
God.
tea." But yeah, biggest waste of potential it had. It
Yeah.
was all they just want it to be really safe, not take any risk, and I think that's what happens when you have an independent film and it's being
Mm.
brought by a large company like that. Because a lot of people never
Mm.
realize that every single Star Wars film prior to Disney, they were all independent films because George Lucas funded it himself. And he never had
Mm.
to ask money.
Yeah.
He never had to ask money for anyone to distribute it or to make it or to produce it or
Huh.
anything. It's just all
See, so that
been
makes me
throughout
want
him.
to watch the original because now that makes me feel like this one was probably very much more, like washed. It was definitely washed of its texture.
Well, since you say you want to watch it, now we can't watch it. But now since you say you probably don't want to
Ah!
watch the rest of the sequels, we're definitely going to
Oh
watch the
my
sequels now.
god, no! No,
Welcome
no.
to the podcast.
I'm not willing. It's literally people just listening to me complain about how I'm watching these, but then still
Mm.
doing it because I'm like, oh, but fun conversation.
It's great conversation. But you know what? I've always let my guests pick the movies. So if
Hmm.
you want to come on next time, you can always pick the movie. Obviously something you don't want to watch.
Okay, okay.
Unless you want to do like a TV episode, then that's for like my YouTube channel. I do a thing called episode reviews where we just watch an episode of a TV show.
Oh, I'd be down to do that because I watched more series than movies. I feel like.
Yeah. But yeah, Star Wars Force Awakens, scale 1 to 10, I'm giving it a 0. And
Oh
obviously,
wow. Okay.
but obviously a 0 is not like realistic, but it's just honestly it's a
Okay,
complete
but the
copycat.
wardrobe. You don't want to give
The
them at least a
wardrobe is
one for the
amazing.
wardrobe? At least give
The
them a one
wardrobe's
for that.
amazing. The wardrobe's amazing. The makeup's amazing. The
Yeah,
freaking
the
the
hair.
acting is good. The acting's good. It's
The
just
acting's okay. It depends on which actors you're talking about. Some of the actors were very subpar. They were like okay.
this had literally every element to make a good film, but you just literally
Mm-hmm.
copied and pasted it. And then I just found out a quote.
Yeah.
I just found out a quote this year that I absolutely love for one of my favorite TV shows of all time that says, when
Mm-hmm.
you make something that is not originally yours and you just take it, then it does not deserve to last. Whatever effect
Mm,
it has, it does not deserve to last as long as you want it to.
yeah.
So that's why this film gets a 0, because
Well,
you
because
just
it's like a
completely just,
temporary fix. They did it as
yeah,
like a temporary fix for people who wanted to just see what they've already seen in a new way.
yeah, absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. So yeah, um, yeah, that's the podcast. Erika, I want to say
Nice.
thank you for coming on and enduring this freaking 2 hour freaking movie.
Bro, I'm gonna take a nap. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for enduring. Well, at
hmm
least Daisy Ridley's cute face kind of, it made up for it,
No,
didn't it?
it helps. And I feel like you really helped me process some of my dating issues. So thank you for the free therapy.
Um, in case you need me to write it down for like spark notes, so you don't have to go back and re-listen to this. Your
Yeah.
problems with dating is you're not dating enough white guys.
Okay, I need to date more white men. Not gonna be an issue in Alabama,
No,
huh?
I've heard in Alabama. This is like a long time ago. I heard like
Yeah.
they did like a research on Alabama and Mississippi in terms
Yeah.
of like what porn is mostly watched there,
Yeah.
and it's like black and Dominican porn.
Oh, seriously? Are you making that
Yes,
up? You're making
I'm
that
not
up.
making it. I'm not. I'm not. I'm
Dominican
not.
specifically? I mean, that
Yes,
makes sense. Like, I'm where, uh, you know. But what? I didn't know that for
you are
Alabama,
in.
Mississippi.
You're in the right place for some for
Well,
some for some white
that's probably
addiction.
also why I meet a lot of creepy men. So I also want it to be in a consensual, non creepy way. I want the attention and not in a creepy way. Like talk to
Hmm.
me first before you start visualizing me naked.
Mm.
What's the response? You're like,
who
I don't know. Do you have to
who who does that though?
talk to someone
Every
first before visualizing them naked?
everyone pictures everyone naked. Everyone.
I don't picture everyone naked.
Liar.
I'm not a liar. I
You've
don't
lied about
picture.
everything else thus far
Oh
in this
my
podcast.
god.
You don't care about so-called physical looks, and
This
then
is.
yet you won't date an obese man who doesn't like to go on hikes. You said you
Well,
love
he doesn't like to
sci-fi.
go on hikes.
You say you love sci-fi, but then yet
Yes.
you don't love Star Trek. You never seen Star Trek, nor have
I
you ever
love
seen
Twilight Zone.
Star Wars. Oh,
I love The Magicians.
okay. I think that's a perfect segue to end this podcast, because I'm sure
Oh.
our listeners are just like, get her off the show.
Be done. She doesn't like art what we like. Get her off. She's too different.
She's awful, awful, awful. But yeah, again, thank you again for coming on the show, and
Yeah, thank you.
for for Starfighters. If you want to leave a review, if you're watching this on YouTube, comment below, whatever. If you're on wherever you listen to your podcast, you can leave a rating or whatever you want to do. But until then, I will see you on the next one. But until then, victory or death, Starfighters.
Victory or death!